Hi, welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. Today I'm super excited because this is my first sit-down video in my new apartment. We moved this past month and I was finally able to get a really tall bookshelf that's behind me. I got it from Walmart. I'm very excited about it. I will have to do a bit of a bookshelf tour soon on my channel, but today is my TBR video and I'm so excited because I actually made a TBR game, which I've been wanting to do for a while, and I finally got it put together and it feels really me and my aesthetic and all of that because it is a dark academic board game, as you can see. And in the next clip, I will show you all about it, introducing all the rules and all of that. But before we get into it, first of all, I want to thank my friend Lexi who helped me with this. Lexi's awesome. I will link her channel in the description. She is a creative queen. I love her so much. And then second of all, I want to talk about my book club, the Lights Out Book Club, and the pick for this month. So this month, my patrons voted for Knight's Edge. And this is a horror vampire book by Kerin. And I want to read the description of it for you all. It says, "This is a sun-drenched novel about the darkest secrets we hide and how monstrous we can be to the ones we love most." So this one's about Mia, and she's grown up isolated because she's a vampire and her mother has told her she has to hide this from others. And now she's in her 20s and she meets Jade and she thinks that this person can help her escape her life and figure out a way to leave home. So this one looks really good. I love the cover so much. It's beautiful. And I haven't read many vampire stories, so I'm really looking forward to this. And my co-hosts for this month are my friends Michelle and Riley. Michelle from Michelle's Library and Riley from Riley Marie. They're such amazing creators here on BookTube and they're so much fun to hang out with. So I will also put all their information in the description box as well. So I hope to have you all join this month. I'm looking forward to it. And without further ado, let's get on to playing the game. All right, so here is my gorgeous, gorgeous board. I love it so much. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So I'm gonna lay it down here, and then I have the die that I'm going to roll. I also have the game piece, which I am so happy about. It looks like Felix. My husband made this clay little Felix, and I thought it would be perfect for playing the game. So I'm gonna put it down here, and then I have my two prompt stacks. So I have the prompts from my patrons, and then I have the prompts from myself. So as you can see, this is a kind of dark academia themed board because I love the dark academic aesthetic. So obviously you can see a bunch of different symbols, and each one of these symbols represents a category. So I have a stack of books, an art canvas, coffee, a rabbit, and a bust. So the bust stands for a library book, the coffee stands for a subscription service I pay for, the globe is for a required read, so this is like my book club pick or a collab video / a buddy read. This stack of books stands for a book I heard about through social media, so this could be honestly any kind of social media. It could be, booktube, it could be Instagram, etc. And then the art canvas is for a physical book I already own. And then the last one is the bunny. And I wanted to make this one special because this is Felix, like my rabbit Felix. And this one means I actually get to choose which category the prompt needs to fit into. So I could either choose library books, subscription service, or so on. So that's what this all stands for. Like I said earlier, I have two separate prompts. So if I land on a space that is brown, I have to do the black prompts here. And then if I land on a beige space, I have to draw from the beige prompts here. So those are the rules. So let's just get started. I'm going to do my first roll. So it's a 3, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. So I landed on books. So this prompt that I open is going to have to fit the category of heard about through social media. And I landed on a brown space. It actually looks kind of black in this lighting. So it's like a black brown, and the stationery I had was black. So maybe I'll just start calling it black. So I landed on a black space. So I have to draw a card from this pile, and I shuffled these earlier. And on the top of them, I put these because I thought it looked really cute. I'm gonna open it up and see what the prompt says. So this is a prompt that I made for myself. So a book that gives the Conjuring movie vibes. Oh my gosh. So for this first prompt, I decided to read a book by Darcy because I have heard a lot about Darcy through social media. A lot of my friends really love Darcy Coates, specifically Erin. She absolutely adores Darcy. I decided to pick The Haunting of Ashburn House. I've heard amazing things about this book. I have been wanting to read it for a long time and I own it. This one fits the prompt for having Conjuring vibes because The Conjuring is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and it's about a family who move into this house and start having strange, disturbing experiences that they think are caused by ghosts, and this seems like it will have some paranormal elements, so I thought this would be a really good pick. And it sounds like this is about a woman who inherits a property from her relative, and she goes there, she's really isolated, and I think the house has a history of having rumors of being haunted, so I'm very interested in this one. I hope I'm creeped out, and I'm very happy with the selection to read another Darcy. I read Gallows Hill a while ago for my book club and loved it, so I think I'll love this one too. All right, so we're gonna go to roll number 2. So I'm gonna roll the dice, and it is a 3, so I'm gonna move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. So I landed on a rabbit, and it is on beige. So let's draw the beige card. So this is from one of my patrons. Let's see what it says. I am excited to see. Ooh, spin a color wheel to select the cover color. All right, so this one I spun the color wheel and I got red, which I was very excited about because I have a lot of red books. And I landed on the rabbit, so I decided that I would apply this to a subscription service book. So I got this from Book of the Month, and it is She Started It by Sian Gilbert. And I'm really excited about this. I don't know much about it. First of all, to address the color, yes, the lettering is pink, but there is a lot of red in the background. So I decided to go with this. It seems like a perfect summer thriller. I don't really know what this one is about. It says the party of a lifetime is nothing like what they expected. It sounds like there's some best friends and they drifted apart in adulthood and they have secrets and they're going on this vacation. I believe it's to a Caribbean island. It sounds awesome. I'm assuming there's murder. I don't really want to know much more about this one. I just want to pretty much go in blind. This seems like a perfect summery read too, and I haven't read any books that really give me summer vibes so much this year yet, so I need to do that before the summer ends because I cannot believe we're in August. All right, time for roll number 3. What will it be? It is a 5, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're on beige again and we're on a globe. So when I land on a globe, it is going to be a required read. So a book club pick or a collab video or a buddy read, anything like that. So I have to fit it into this prompt. Genre you rarely read / new to you. This is tricky. Oh my gosh. All right, so this one is, I'm scared. I'm just gonna say it, I'm scared. I had to choose a required read and the prompt was a genre I rarely read and new to me, and I chose Fourth Wing, okay. Okay, let me explain. So I chose Fourth Wing. I am in a book club that is an in-person book club. I just joined and Fourth Wing was selected and I was like, should I try to read this book? I know it may be a DNF, but I really want to try because it has such good reviews. It's a fantasy romance about dragon riders, and it's been receiving raving reviews. I don't ever read fantasy, and I very, very rarely read, well, actually, I pretty much never read romance. I read Heartstopper. There's some books with romantic elements that I have enjoyed. So I'm gonna try to read this one. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook. I know I have been warned that the audiobook is not good, but I'm not gonna read it physically, and I am just going for it on this one. Let me know in the comments if you think there's a chance I might like it, even though this isn't in the genres that I am comfortable with. I am nervous, but I'm gonna try. I'm really gonna try. And then if I can't finish it, I'm probably still gonna go to the book club and hear what everybody else thinks and share my thoughts and all of that. So I thought it fit perfectly for this prompt, actually. All right, it is time for my 4th roll. Let's see what it's gonna be. 1, okay. We are on a rabbit and it is the dark color. So let's look what this is. A book with a podcast element. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I love books with podcast elements. It's one of my favorite tropes. So for this one, I got the rabbit again, so I decided for the category that I wanted it to be a book I owned because I'm trying to read more of the physical books I own and go through my shelves more. And so for this one, I got for the prompt a book with a podcast element, which I was very excited about because that's one of my favorite tropes ever. And I decided to pick out Girl 11 by Amy Suter Clark. This one I have owned for a while and I know it has a podcast element. I believe it's following a true crime podcaster. If you're noticing, I'm kind of looking a little less into what books are about because I feel like when I know too much of the synopsis, it can ruin it a little bit or give me false expectations going into the book. So I'm trying to read less of the synopsis and just go in kind of, not quite blind, but more blind than I used to. So I'm reading it right now and it looks like this is about a woman who was a social worker who used to support victims of violent crimes. Now she's a popular true crime podcaster and she focuses on cold cases of missing children. And so I don't want to know much more. I'm assuming something starts happening in the present or she starts discovering things about these cold cases. I'm assuming this is a serial killer book as well because on the back this countdown killer is referenced. So I'm excited for this one. I'm hoping I find the audiobook because I really love when books have podcast elements and I get to actually hear them. I think that really elevates the reading experience and just brings it to another level so you actually feel like you're listening to a podcast as you read along. All right, and now it's time for the final roll. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Oh, it's one again. All right, we landed on beige and this was a book. So this one has to be heard about through social media. So I'm gonna pick it up here and see. All right, a book that matches your outfit. All right, this will be fun. All right, so for this one, for hearing about through social media, I decided to choose a book that I heard about from my patrons while I was doing Patreon reading sprints. And I'm really excited I got this category because this is so perfect. The other night, people were telling me about Burn the Negative. This is a new book by Josh Winning. And for the prompt, it was a book that matches my outfit. So as you can see, I'm wearing this like strawberry dress. So the strawberries are red. And this is perfect because this book actually is red. So I'm very excited. This sounds like a thriller with horror elements, which is my favorite kind of thrillers generally, if they're really dark. And this deals with a cursed film, which immediately reminds me of The Ring, which is an iconic movie. But I know that this one's a slasher and The Ring is more of a paranormal book. I think this may have paranormal elements though. I think people were saying that. I am so excited to read this one. So that's it for this TBR game. I can't remember if I said that I'm doing 5 rolls per month, but I will be doing 5 rolls per month, so that's 5 books. I want to start smaller and really commit to reading the books that I choose in these videos. Let me know if you like this video, what you think of the game, all of your thoughts. If you've gotten this far, please leave a rabbit emoji for my bunny Felix, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.